Good morning, it's MJ, and today let's take a look at the Seven of Cups. This is a card that I actually really like, and for one reason only. It is a reminder that it is time to dream big. It's time to allow yourself to see all the potential that is out there. And yes, it can mean like you're indulging in this like wishful thinking or fantasy, but I believe it's when we allow ourselves space to dream bigger than what we may normally do, that's where we can see the potential. That's where we can see like ourselves in that place, and that's what opens the door to attract it. So yes, you know, without action, this just falls into the realm of fantasy, and it can be a big time waster. However, if you allow yourself to feel that big dream, that you're worthy of that big dream, that it's out there, it's waiting for you to like just summons it. It's like, that's where the ball starts rolling and you start getting ideas. You get action ideas like, hey, you know what? Maybe that dream vacation isn't so crazy. What do I need to do? I can probably pull some strings here and there. Or I could work some extra hours, or I can finagle things around so that I can actually get it. The key with this is really feeling. Again, we have the cups, so that's all about feeling and emotion. It's about feeling that you are worthy and deserving of the big dream. And I think that's where a lot of us fall short, you know? I mean, that's where it becomes fantasy, when we just dream it, but we don't believe we're actually worthy of it. So let's take a look at the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And here we have this shadowy figure, and this figure could represent you. It could represent the person you're reading for. There's a vagueness, a vague quality to this, so that when you're looking at this card, you can almost imagine yourself standing there in front of all these cups and looking at them in amazement and wishful thinking. And that here we have this figure, this head. Now that is to represent beauty, and for me, I think that's also beauty on the inside, being kind, being, you know, just a force that is positive in this world, as well as, you know, superficial, you know, good looks, whatever. Here we have the shadowy, or not so much shadowy, but shrouded figure rising up out of this cup, and that is your potential. That is what is the mystery within that you hold, and it's available to you. You know, you know your potential, and the question is, are you willing to accept it? Are you willing to receive that potential? Here we have a snake, and the snake, if you think about how it moves through the world using its instincts, and it's connected to the planet, you know, that's about you feeling a sense of connectedness with yourself and your surroundings and trusting your instincts. We have the castle here, which is of course security and feeling grounded and knowing that where you stand is a place of safety, and that you're very well rooted, you know, in where you are in this world. Here, of course, we have the riches, which is abundance, and everybody wants to feel financially secure, financially free to do whatever you want to do. We have the victory wreath, which is, of course, success, right? I mean, that's a big fantasy for a lot of us. Are we on top of our game, you know, or have we reached that highest level that we could possibly get to? And then we have this little Chinese dragon, and I think, you know, for that one, I think that represents luck and feeling lucky, and having, you know, the sun at your back kind of feeling, and just knowing that whatever you touch turns to gold. So looking at the Crow Tarot, the Wise Dog, and the Grimalkin, you know, very similar. I mean, this one I didn't stray too far from. Of course, there are the cups with the symbols inside, and for the Crow Tarot, you know, kept a lot of the basic imagery here. We have the victory wreath, which is, of course, victory. We have the heart here, which is feeling true love, and however that looks, whether that be with a partner, if it's with something that you're passionate about, whether it be a career or a hobby, or true love for a child. You know, it's just being able to experience love that is pure. Like, you know, this there's something really beautiful about that. Then we have the Lotus, which is your connection to divinity, you know, your ability to communicate with the divine. The Tower, which is the steeple of the Tower here, which is, again, the security, having your place, feeling that you are connected with society and in a community. We have the Crow Skull, and that is your essence. That's who you are. That is your potential. That is all that there is to you that is pure and honest. It's your integrity. We have the Snake, similarly like the Rider-Waite-Smith, and that it is your intuition. And then we have these mountains, and that is your inner strength, your ability to overcome obstacles and to be able to take on challenges without batting an eye, and just, you know, just flying, soaring over, you know, all the tough stuff in life. For the Wise Dog, we have the hands holding up the heart in this card, and that is, you know, again, the connection, that love, that feeling, you know, just empowered by your relationships that you have with other people, knowing that you're secure with your relationships with other people. Again, we have the Victory Circle. We have the House here, and I thought with a pup, this is Pip, and Pip is so sweet. I thought, look at this, the picture that was submitted of Pip. Her little paws are in the front there, and she's kind of like looking upward. I just imagined her daydreaming here, and I thought, well, what a perfect card for the, or a perfect pup for the Seven of Cups. And so here we have the House, which is, of course, every living creature wants to feel secure. They want to feel protected in some way. And so here we have the House. We have the Wolf. And to me, I was thinking, you know, what does a dog want? You know, like what would be a big fantasy for a dog? And that is like letting loose and like being able to run free and not on a leash, perhaps, and not in a dog park, you know, where you're restrained, but really like being out there in the wilderness and being able to run free, letting your wild side shine. The Bone here, you know, again, it's about treats, you know, having the desire, you know, having your desires. If say we had abundance here with the Rider-Waite-Smith, I would think that would be what dogs would want, like lots of treats. We have the Fire here, and that is that creative spirit, that problem solver, the dog that is a working dog, you know, the dog that comes in with passion and solves problems, whether it be helping the police or helping detect illness. It's like, it's that passion that's like working towards something. And then we have the Squirrel, which is a playful quality. You know, I mean, I would like to think when my dog is chasing after a squirrel, she really doesn't want to kill it. She just wants to play with it. And so my thought with this one is like having that ability to just enjoy life, to enjoy it like you would if you were a puppy, you know? And so that's the Wise Dog. Now, the Grimalkin cat here, you can see this is a very healthy looking cat. I chose this cat because it, I mean, aside from it just fit perfectly, but it just had this like solid quality to it, but it's like a healthy solid quality, unlike oh my god, which one is it? Is it the Nine of Cups? Oh my god, that one's such a fat cat. It's a tuxedo cat, and it's so fat. I'm like, how does this cat ever move? Okay, anyway, so here we have this key, and that is the key of knowledge and being, you know, on top of your game, being intellectually, you know, just fine-tuned. You know, it's like you know what you're doing, you know where you're going, you're secure in your place in like, as far as career, your knowledge is secure, you're able to go out and solve problems without it being, you know, without it being a challenge. Like right now it is for me to explain the key. But it is about wisdom. It's about finding that inner wisdom within and feeling confident in it, and just having that sense of self, you know? And so here again, we have this passion, and that is finding your calling with this Seven of Cups here. For the Grimalkin, it's about finding, you know, what what drives your spirit? What is the thing that gets you up off the couch? What is it that gets you up out of bed early in the morning? Where's your passion? We have the world here, and that is, you know, the ability to just have whatever it is that you want, to hold the world in your hands and know that you're completely and utterly in control of every aspect of your life. And then we have, of course, the heart, which is the passion, and it's overflowing. You can see it's like it's hanging off the cup. It's like you're just overflowing with this pure love for something or someone. We have the fish, which is abundance. It's you know, it's whatever, however you see the financial freedom here of the Rider-Waite-Smith. For me, I was thinking for cats, it would be maybe an abundance of fish or food or nutrients. We have the bird, which is listening to your intuition, listening to that little bird in your ear, having that connection with nature, feeling as though when you walk outside that you're not a visitor, but you're actually part of the, you know, the scene. You're a creator in that nature. You're not just there as a tourist. You know what I mean? And so that's your connection with the world around you, and having the insights and the intuition that comes, you know, if you know when you're walking down the street and you're like, oh, you know, something tells me I should go to the grocery store today, and you know, it's that kind of thing. And then the good things that follow as a result of listening to your intuition. And then we have, of course, the lotus. And so the lotus, like the Crow Tarot, you know, it is about that connection to divine. It's about feeling at peace with your spirit. And so, you know, as far as the Seven of Cups go, it really comes down to feeling, right? It's all about how do you feel about what you have available to you. Can you see all the options that the world is handing you at this time? You know, it's like, can you allow yourself to reach out and take them? You know, can you allow yourself to feel as though you're worthy enough of reaching out and taking them? And what steps can you take right now to turn a fantasy into a reality? You know, a dream without action is really just a dream. It doesn't manifest, right? But a dream with action turns into a goal, and those goals are achievable. So when I see these Seven of Cups cards here, when they're in a reading, you know, it really is, it's like, I'm like, am I dreaming too small? Am I holding myself back? You know, is there something out there that's so much grander? If I would only allow myself to see that it's possible and to feel that it's possible, what steps could I take to get there? What am I missing, right? What part of the equation am I missing? You know, it's like having your head in the clouds is fine, because that's how you get the bigger picture. That's where you can see the landscape, you know? So anyway, I hope this makes sense, and much love to you, and I'll see you later. Peace.